right, y'all, man. Welcome back to another video. Um, I said welcome back to another video. So welcome back to another video. I know I ain't posted it in a minute. I've been working overtime creating a new business, and I'm gonna pop out with that business very, very soon on one of these vlogs. But right now I am watching some charts. As y'all can see, I was watching this retest here and for a potential move to the downside. Now, I am done trading already for the day, but I'm just looking at this setup because this is a setup that I typically always watch and I will typically always play. So I am watching this setup right here. But it's later in the day. I'm done trading. It's 12:47, but I finished trading within the first hour. So with that being said, I do want to try to show y'all the trade I was looking. So I was watching a short right here at 60, it was like 60, 77, 67, 77. And I missed this entry. Okay, so I missed that entry. I was watching this short, but I missed the entry simply because I was driving. I was talking to my Discord while I was driving, but I ended up missing this entry. Okay, so what happened, what I waited for after that was I ended up getting short on this pullback. So I ended up getting short on that pullback off this 9 EMA, and I'm caught the move down. Okay. Next trade I caught was another short. Where was it? Where was it? 1 second, y'all. Let me find that short. The second short I took, damn, where was it? It was out there at this trap. So it was right here. Yeah. It was off that bearish engulfing too. So I ended up getting short again off of that, and we ended up catching um I ended up catching 5 or 6 points because I said I didn't want to hold all day today because the price action today was kind of trash. So I decided to just take cash and run today. But I am watching this trade here in the afternoon session to see if we get a bigger move to the downside. Okay. Now, when it comes to trading, y'all, title of the video is how to deal with losses. A lot of traders, a lot of people that come to me, a lot of people that join my community, they literally don't fucking understand how to deal with a loss, bro. Like, it's literally crazy. And dealing with losses, I'm gonna be honest, you have to have that mindset of, how can I put it? Like, you can't be so anxious to the point you have to make money every day. Now, if you think you're gonna come into the market and make money every day, then I got a bad, saying for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna get ugly for you. You're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose a lot. So dealing with losses is super important. And I can tell you this because I dealt with this in my beginner stage trading. I didn't know how to deal with losses. I would get emotional. I would overtrade, all because I didn't like taking losses. No one likes taking losses. All right, but you have to, in order to go to the next level, you have to accept the fact that you're going to take losses. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept that fact. If you can't accept that fact, then it's gonna be bad. All right. Now, when you take a loss, right? 9 times out of 10, most beginners are going to revenge trade and try to make that money back because the feeling that you get from trying to, from being real on a day is just a bad feeling. You feel like you wasted a day, you lost some money, and then you think you just got a wasted day, right? And don't let it be on a Friday. You fuck around and have a red day on a Friday or a big red day on a Friday, your whole weekend is bad. And I went through those phases. Um, but when it comes to um dealing with the loss, man, you got to understand that losses are going to come. It's part of the game. Like, you literally can't go fucking 80, 80, 80, 82, like the NBA. You can't go undefeated. Okay, you have to understand that, okay, it's gonna be days where you lose. The most important part about that is just the days that you lose, make sure it's not a huge losing day, right? That's where risk management comes in. And you probably hear people talk about risk management over and over and over again, but it's super, super important because if you don't manage risk, man, you're gonna blow your account. Like, you are literally going to blow your account. You know what I mean? So if you can manage the loss as best as possible. For me, I have what's called a risk management plan, or I had like a daily stop. I have a daily stop. I have a max loss for me to lose. If I lose that, I'm completely done for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit here and just trade because I've been there. So I had to learn from that in order to see some success from trading. Right. So every day I trade live. I trade live Monday through Friday, every single day. And I have a community of hundreds of successful traders. And if you want to be a part of that community, the link is in the bio, in the description down below. But I help hundreds of people become successful from trading. I have proven results, on top of proven results. And if that's something that you want to do, the link is in the description down below. You know, we're running it up. Community is steadily growing, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and you deserve to be a part of it. Link in the description. Now, make sure you have you a risk management plan. Understand how much you're risking per trade. Understand what your max risk is per day. If you hit that max risk per day, you end the day, right? Because if you go past your risk, then you're gambling. Then you're opening yourself up to lose more, and that's something you don't want to do. Because if you lose too much in a day, it's gonna fuck with you the next day, the day after that. Because now mentally you want to make that money back, and your main goal is going to be make that money back. And once that become your main goal over taking good trades, you gonna fail. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So I'm here to give you guys all the game. You know, I'm always trying to give you game. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that follow button, or subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what kind of videos I want to see. I typically turn into like this is a educational channel. So I appreciate all my new subscribers. I'm about to get back in my consistent bag. I've been creating a new business, you know, so it's going good right now. But with that being said, I just wanted to, you know, give y'all a little game right quick. And yeah, other than that, you know, make sure y'all come check out the best community in the world. But for real, on all seriousness, make sure you have a game plan, because a game plan is so important. You know, anytime you're trying to win, you want to have a game plan. You want to strategically be able to beat your opponent, in which this case, our opponent is the market. All right. So with that being said, let's continue on with the video. All right, y'all, man. So I just finished trading this morning. We took one trade today, and it was a winning trade. We caught like at the max, it was like 14 points, but I ended up taking profits around, I believe it was like 10 points, 10 points. Because we kind of V-shaped today. Today is Monday, and it's always a good day when you start the week. It's always gonna be a good week when you start the week off right. So today is Monday. We had a one and done type of day where we take one trade and we finish. You don't take a lot of trades. You just want to take the best trades. See, the reason most people, I'm gonna be real. Let me set the camera right fast. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna keep it 100. The reason most people fucking overtrade is because they don't make the amount of money they want to make on that first and second trade, right? Let's say you take a trade, first trade, you win on that motherfucker, right? But let's say you not what's the word I'm looking for? You not satisfied with that gain that you made on that first trade. That's gonna turn into let me look for another trade. Okay, let's say you take another trade, you lose on that trade. Now you're forced to take another trade to try to get green and just say, all right, I'm done. But for me, I have a set of rules that I trade every motherfucking day. If I take a trade and it's a great trade, then let me give you a foundation first. If I take that first trade and it's a good trade, I can finish right then and there, because the way my risk management is set up, one good trade, I'll be done for the day, right? Because I have about a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio system, meaning I'm risking 1 to make 3. You know what I'm saying? So let me just put it into numbers perspective for you. If I'm risking $100, I'm looking to make $300. If I'm risking $300, I'm looking to make $1,000, right? So if I have a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, that means if I risk 300 and then I make 1,000, I'm okay. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Most people, they just trade. They don't have a target. They don't have a risk to reward system. They just trade. And then if they say, hey, if I'm up $500 a day, you got some people that'll be satisfied with that. But you got other people that see everyone making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000. They see people doing that, and you can scale to that for sure. But you're gonna see that with your little one account, and you're gonna do that with your little one account. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up going from being up, whatever you're up, to down times whatever. You'll be down a lot, is what I'm trying to say. So you have to have a risk to reward system. A risk to reward system is like crazy important. I don't think people understand it, but it's super important, man. It's crazy important to have a system and to just be able to know when to stop trading, take your trades, walk away. You gotta treat trading like, I was thinking about some type of analogy, right? Where you put your hand in, you take your hand out. You never just let your hand sit in the water. You feel what I'm saying? Let's say it's ice cold, freezing motherfucking water, right? And let's say you a motherfucking I don't know if they were, let's say a hunter in Alaska or some shit, Antarctica, whatever one colder, right? Let's say you were a hunter back in the day where they had to hunt for their food, and you had to actually reach your hand in the water to fish, right? But it's freezing cold water, and the longer you leave it in there, the higher chance that your hand gets can't think of the word right now. Fuck. But you get what I'm trying to say. It's called hyper something. Whatever. I can't think of it right now, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. But think of it as you're a hunter and you dipping your hand in the water just trying to get your fish out, pulling your fish out. But you know, the longer you hold your hand in that water, that ice cold freezing water, the higher chance your hand becomes, to the point where you have to cut it off, right? So let's say you got to treat the market like that, because the longer you hold your hand out, or the longer you trade in the market, the higher chance of you losing your account, losing all your money, blowing your account, right? If I was that hunter and I'm dipping my hands in that water trying to get fish out all day, I'm increasing my chance of my hand getting fucked and my arm getting fucked up, So that's how I like to treat the market, because I know if I trade all day, the market's gonna throw a curveball at me. It's gonna look amazing, and it's gonna be one of those trades where I decide to get heavy on. And that trade that you decide to get heavy on is the trade that the market decides to fuck you up. And boom, you lose too much that you don't want to lose. Then you get emotional, and now you're finna lose a lot more. So that's how you want to treat the market, y'all. I'm telling you, if you treat the market that way, trading will be so much fun, bro. It won't stress you out. I used to stress myself out with trading, bro, to the point where I was like, damn, like this ain't healthy. Like I know it ain't healthy, But you got to get to that point where you just, all right, I'm gonna put my hand in, I'm gonna pull my hand out, and I'm gone. You got to treat the market like that every day, because this shit isn't designed for you to get rich off of. It's designed to take your money. But there's ways to develop an edge where you can have consistent gains out of the market every week. So once you develop that mindset, I'm telling you, your trading will become a lot better.